The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, the fire in Grant County put 60 homes at risk and required level 3 evacuations. Burning in grass and sagebrush, it was quickly tackled by fire crews, and folks were allowed home before sundown. We'll fill you in on that. Plus, Thursday is the nation's 249th birthday, and celebratory fireworks will take over the sky in city-sanctioned displays. But what about at home? You can start to purchase them today, and we'll hear from fire chiefs across the Tri-Cities on how easily to stay in bounds in your respective city. And hundreds of Americans die each year due to extreme temps, and thousands end up in hospitals. There are a myriad of ways to stay cool this summer, but scientists at PNNL tell us one easy and cheap way to keep your house cool. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, not too much to write home about. The wind has kind of died down, I'm pretty sure. I didn't feel my car getting blown around this morning like I did yesterday.
Right, yeah, that wind finally has subsided after what was a pretty breezy day yesterday, and of course was a very windy Wednesday evening too. Now today it is going to be a light wind day. Tomorrow is going to be a pretty light wind day too. Really nice weather conditions today, as highs are going to be near average underneath plenty of sunshine before more clouds arrive tomorrow. We'll dive deeper into all of that as we go later into the newscast, but right now let's just enjoy the lookout over Yakima. Not a single cloud in the sky, and similar scenes are going to be commonplace throughout the course of this Friday. We're at 52 degrees right now in Yakima, so still maybe a little bit on the cool side, but not as chilly as we were yesterday morning. Here's a look at your weather headlines today. Sunny skies and pleasant temperatures on this Friday. In general, very nice weather conditions to wrap up the work week. More clouds will be in store for tomorrow, with temperatures bumping up by a few degrees. And then as we head towards Sunday, we get back to the abundant sunshine, but winds do turn breezy once again. I'll continue to break down your weather forecast coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning near Moses Lake. Multiple people were under evacuation notices after a wildfire broke out in Grant County yesterday. The Grant County Sheriff's Office was called to a fire that broke out on the 8,000 block of Nepal Road just after 3:30 p.m. yesterday. Nearby residents were under level 3 evacuations as the fire burned about 100 acres of grass and sage and put 60 homes at risk. The blaze was under control after about an hour, but officials remained on scene for another hour to mop up. As of 5:50 last night, all evacuation notices had been lifted. And firefighters are keeping busy with new fires around the Yakima Valley. Plus, we have some updates on some of the other fires. Now, a fire sparked on the 22,000 block of Atanum Road caused by a tree falling on a power line, bringing it down. West Valley Fire Rescue reports the fire only burned about an acre, but it took about 7 hours to put out because of the heavy cottonwood trees and brush. A separate fire at Rimrock Lake is said to be under control after it started yesterday. Now, a fire near Mabton, reportedly ignited by a spark from a transformer, burned Wednesday night, and multiple stations responded with power lines down and other power poles threatened. According to eyewitness reports, the fire was fully contained as of 9 yesterday morning. Witnesses say the fire at the Yakima Training Center was contained to 700 acres and is no longer considered a threat. And a second fire near White Swan broke out Wednesday morning, adding to the firefighting difficulties in that area. At least 17 homes were destroyed in the original blaze that erupted Saturday, but the new fire is now largely contained. And a quick note, the Yakima County Fire Marshal has expanded the countywide burn ban for unincorporated Yakima County. Now, this change takes effect Monday to include bonfires. Now, the previous ban only included yard waste. In addition, burning debris or processed lumber is not allowed. Now, the 4th of July is less than a week away, the nation's 248th birthday, not the 249th, and local fire leaders yesterday spoke about fire safety as we head into the holiday. Each city has their own rules for fireworks, and firefighters tell us to be on the safe side, only buy fireworks in the city where you live. Most communities in that area will allow fireworks will allow them to be used starting today from noon to 11 p.m. But fire leaders say in each city, the fire chief at any time will prohibit the use of any fireworks if there's extreme fire danger.
Our dry landscape is very vulnerable to fast-spreading fires that can stretch emergency resources dangerously thin.
Limited fireworks use is allowed in Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, West Richland, Benton City, and unincorporated Benton County.
Fireworks are banned in Prosser, Connell, and unincorporated Franklin County.
Now you can find a full roundup of the city's rules and regulations for fireworks, as well as some of the big shows happening around the Tri-Cities on the 4th. Just head over to our website, KEPRTV.com. And we continue to follow developing situations in Mabton involving the former city clerk and current mayor. We'll start with the former city clerk, Juliana Morales, who was arrested on last Saturday, on suspicion of first-degree theft. As of now, she has not been charged. Yakima County Prosecutor Joe Brusig tells us the case is still open and will be investigated further. According to court documents, Morales' next court appearance is set for July 8th. And we're also getting our first look at the charges being brought forward by Mabton City Council members against Mayor Rachel Rulas. 4 council members are accusing Rulas of refusing to provide notice for a final hearing on the 2023 city budget, along with not posting agendas and new items ahead of city council meetings, allowing a city employee to drive a city-owned vehicle without a driver's license, and posting inaccurate meeting minutes online. The charges were brought to the auditor's office on Wednesday, but were not approved due to filing being incomplete. Yakima County Auditor Charles Ross tells us they're anticipating these charges will be refiled. And sticking in Yakima this morning, council members took the time this week to say goodbye to Police Chief Matt Murray. The comments stretched from council members to citizens in attendance, thanking him for his service as chief for the past 5 years.
It is a thankless job, but it is a well appreciated job by this community, and so I just want to thank you.
I'm very thankful that we have him, and I'm very sad because he's leaving, and we're going to miss him.
Council also presented the chief with an award to recognize his work for Yakima. We spoke with Chief Murray on Monday about his retirement. You can check out the full interview up on our YouTube page. The Richland Airport is getting some maintenance repairs thanks to a federal grant. Leaders from the Port of Benton tell us they've received nearly $800,000 as part of their project to fix more than 8,000 feet of runway pavement. They say as the Tri-Cities continues to grow, so will the use of the airport.
It's important that we continue to invest money into our airports for all the operators out here, for air medical, for business operations, as well as personal. It's important to keep that pavement in good condition for the pilots taking off and landing at our airports.
The project, which is slated to cost $1.2 million, is set to begin in August and be complete by October. The Toppenish School District is providing meals for their students this summer vacation. All students have to do is go to one of the schools and providing the meals and enjoy. Sorry, I almost had to sneeze there. The district has been providing the service for decades, since more than 50% of the students are on free or reduced price lunch program. The children who don't even live in Toppenish are also welcome. For more information on the Toppenish School District Summer Lunch Program, head over to our website, KIMATV.com. And although we're only a week into the summer season, staying cool this time of year is only going to get more important. While simple tips such as covering windows and upgrading your air conditioning system will help keep your home cooler during the heat waves this summer, researchers from Pacific Northwest National Laboratory tell us taking advantage of the cooler night air can be a cheaper and equally effective strategy.
You don't necessarily just do this to cool down the air in the house. You want to do it sort of continuously over a long period of time, like throughout the night, to cool down the surfaces in the house, cool down the furniture, cool down the walls, the floors, the ceiling, the structure in general.
Health experts say an average of 600 Americans die each year due to extreme heat, while tens of thousands end up in the hospitals. Now, Jefferson, that seems like a pretty cut and dry solution there. Just crack open the windows, maybe throw a box fan in there to pull air in from the outside, but you're not going to want to do it during the high heat days, or the high heat times of the day, rather.
Yeah, during that peak heating, you're not going to want to do that. Today is actually going to be very comfortable, though, I will say, so you really shouldn't have too much problem with the heat. Now, these temperatures are still going to be in the 80s, so it's not going to be cool by any stretch of the imagination, but these highs are right where we should be this time of year, if not just a few degrees cooler. There's a look at your screen. It's going to be an absolutely dynamite afternoon with plenty of sunshine, light wind, and high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. We are going to see a bit of a warm up tomorrow, but there's still going to be some other changes too. We'll talk about that coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:10. Coming up on KEPR KIMA this morning, more local news. We head to Pasco High School, where education leaders from Colima, Mexico visited with students and staff. They toured the school and are excited at the prospect of collaborating. We caught up with the delegates after a performance from the Pasco Summer Band program. But later in the show, national news, the police chief in Uvalde, Texas, was arrested on charges of endangerment after being indicted by a grand jury. He's out on bond now, but the charges stem from the 2022 school shooting where officers waited for more than an hour before they put an end to the deadly situation. There's plenty of news on the way this morning. We're just getting started this hour, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back before that coffee is brewed. Stay with us.